The Dorian mode is really a beautiful mode, and its unique colors can be used in practically any style of music. The Dorian mode was the first mode that I learned during my guitar lessons when I was younger. And till this day it still inspires me to write music in it. So let's get creative. Although the Dorian mode is very popular in guitar music, it can be practically used in any other style or genre as well. Just like my other videos on the Lydian and on the Phrygian modes, I want to show you how versatile the Dorian mode actually is. So to do this I've written 4 chord progressions in 4 different styles. But of course before we start we need to know how to create the Dorian scale. To make the Dorian mode you take the natural minor scale of any key that you want to write music in, and then you raise the 6th scale degree to turn it into the Dorian mode. Now to find out what kind of chords we have in the Dorian mode, we simply create a triad on each scale degree, and there we go. We have our complete harmonic resource. The Dorian mode can be used for great long jam sessions that give room for lots of improvisation. Especially when you just switch between the minor chord on the 1st scale degree and the major chord on the 4th scale degree. This is such a famous and well-known sound that I did not make a separate example of this. Or actually, I did, because you're listening to it as we speak. So the first official chord progression example is a very subtle one in D Dorian, and it's played on the piano. But you can literally play the same chord progression on guitar or any other instrument and make it sound just as good. When you only play triads, you have 3 chords that have the raised 6th scale degree in them. But when you play 7th chords, you add 1 extra option. Now also the chord on the 7th scale degree has the unique raised 6th scale degree in it. The next example shows the mysterious rock and vintage vibe that the Dorian mode is very good at portraying. And if you've seen my other videos, you might know that I really like bass pedal tones. This chord progression is in A Dorian, and during the whole chord progression I hold A as my bass note, so it doesn't change. On top of this I play the A minor, which is the tonic chord, but I also play the F sharp diminished and the D major chord, which are the 2 chords that are unique to the Dorian mode. This technique really creates a progression full of tension while the bass note stays stationary. A progression like this really gives the lead instruments a lot of space and freedom to improvise and find new melodies. Or just rock out. Did you notice how good the chords sound on the pedal tone? Because all the chords have the A in it, it sounds very natural, yet also interesting. The last example is a mix between synth, piano and guitar. And if you ask me, it could be part of some kind of cinematic movie or some kind of outdoor sports commercial. But before we go there, I want to show you that the Dorian mode can also be very beautiful in a more classical manner, with string orchestra for example. The mix of intrigue and soft minor textures really creates a sensational sound if you ask me. One moment it sounds bright, and the other it sounds full of tension and dark. For this example, which is in D Dorian, I'm going to add some extensions to the chords, but more about that after the example. In the first round we have the B minor chord, which is on the 5th scale degree. But actually this chord is not unique to the Dorian mode because we also have it in the natural minor mode. But when in the example it's played for the second time, we add the major 9th to it, which is the C sharp. And this tone is the raised 6th scale degree that is unique to the Dorian mode. The 9th interval can sound a bit dissonant, especially in a minor chord. So what I did was I prepared this dissonance. And what this means is that the note that's going to be dissonant, in our case the C sharp, is already part of a previous chord. So in our case the dissonant tone C sharp was already part of the F sharp minor chord. Let's head on to our mixed style example in D Dorian. You can really take advantage of the power of melody by emphasizing the raised 6th scale degree in your melody. It's like an extra layer that you can add to confirm the mode that you're writing in. So you can do this by playing the raised 6th scale degree on the tonic chord, or you can also play this note when it's part of the harmony. For example, one of the chords that have the raised 6th scale degree in them. Especially on the major chord on the 4th scale degree it really shines, because then you play a major 3rd and this always sounds very radiant. Now here are some quick tips for you to remember. To start writing in a certain mode, it is important that you find the note that is unique to the mode that you want to write in. So find out which note it is and which chord have this note. Mainly use these chords and the tonic chord to strongly confirm the mode. In the case of the Dorian mode, you can really play around a lot with the dominant 7th chord because it's just so conveniently placed on the 4th scale degree. Or you can use the diminished triad on a pedal tone like I did in my previous example. And as always, you should never forget the power of melody, because this can steer you away or it can help you confirm the mode. With these chord progressions you can kickstart your creative sessions and start writing and playing immediately in the Dorian mode. And to help you out even further, I made a handy cheat sheet about this episode for when you want to quickly check a chord progression or a certain technique. You can grab it and all the other cheat sheets from the link below. And by doing this you will also support the channel and new videos. I really enjoy the Dorian mode and I hope this was inspirational and useful to you. Please leave a comment and press the like button because it really helps the video reach new people. And for now, see you next time.